One Piece chapter 1133 is one of those rare chapters where it's not where you can really do a lot of video topics on as a YouTube content creator, but it's probably one of my favorite chapters I've ever read in the entire series. And I'm not joking with you guys, I'm being very sincere. This chapter of Saul and Robin's reunion and seeing Robin's flashback through a different lens was amazing. And if Oda continues to do this for other Straw Hat Pirates and other main characters, seeing things we've already seen from different angles and different contexts, Oda can really get in his bag as the GOAT. He already is the GOAT, but he could really get in his bag. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Yes, we got a little bit of lore in this chapter, which I'll talk about right away. Of course, we got to get that out of the way. But Nico, Robin, and Saul stole the show. And wow, it made me feel the Ennies Lobby vibes, the greatness we witnessed in that arc. So yeah, Oda, you deserve definitely a round of applause, especially coming after being a little sick and improving your health and dropping this banger. Yeah, Elbaf to me in the anime is definitely, with the music and the background music, is gonna have the feels going for sure. Now, the first thing I want to talk about in this chapter is how Rudin confirms people got excited when Big Mom lost. Now, of course, Eustace Kid is not mentioned, or Law is not mentioned, the two guys who actually took down Big Mom. You think they would actually treat them like heroes, but no, they were just happy Big Mom lost. So it makes me think, do they really, it's like the Giants don't really care who beat Big Mom. They just wanted that monster destroyed. And maybe that's why Dorian Bragi did the destruction on Eustace Kid without caring about him defeating Big Mom. You think they would cut them some slack? Nope, they don't really care. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool seeing that moment, because of course Big Mom has ties, strong ties to Elbaf when seeing her flashback. Like Gerd even says she was once friends with Big Mom, but she did something very unforgivable, which we know of course was killing a legendary giant in Ja Rule, and of course destroying a whole village of giants. Yo, guys, Big Mom as a kid was a monster for this. This is the reason why she has a reputation for who she is, and of course you gotta respect it. Now I do gotta say this, like, yeah, she fucked up some giants up and it was pretty cool, and I will do a video on that on Saturday. But I have to mention, there is more info coming in this arc about Big Mom. They confirmed it. More info after the toast. So once we get to the toast, we'll probably see more info on Big Mom. And honestly, my video on Saturday is going to be Big Mom coming to Elbaf, guys. So just stay tuned for that. Turn notifications. You're going to be hyped to see that video. Now, I want to skip to the end of the chapter where we see Saul try the same lame joke. That didn't work, obviously. He looks pretty banged up, though, I have to admit. And says Robin looks beautiful, just like her mother, Olivia. And then speaks on Vegapunk's message, and Robin's like, I was there, so I couldn't really listen to it, but I read in the newspaper. And then of course speaks about the future and how there should be change, and Robin just asks if his face hurts, showing like Robin doesn't give a shit about O'Hara, the future, changing the world. She's just thinking about Saul and like how she's so happy to see Saul. And you have to understand, she only remembers Saul from her childhood, so Robin reunion with Saul, she's really getting back in that child state, and I love it, guys. And then of course he explains how he survived, the fire melted the ice that Aokiji did to him, then he was in the sea and he almost drowned. Honestly, it was pretty interesting. Then he was so pissed off to hear about the horrible things they were saying about Nico Robin. They said about Robin, and she says, let's not talk about that. It's depressing. So we see Robin is just really trying to immerse herself in this reunion with Saul, and Saul is just yapping. I found it really funny, and I think the anime will definitely make it more funny when we see it there. And then of course we see Robin crying after hugging Saul, and Saul's crying as well. And this is what a reunion should be like. It's like when Sabo and Luffy reunion in Dressrosa, and you saw the crying there. And just seeing the entire crew cry, from Usopp to Chopper to Sanji to Frankie to Brooke. I loved it. They're all crying for Robin, of course. And then, of course, Jinbei's the newest member. He's like just being stoic. Zoro, of course, never cries, so he's being stoic as well. And Luffy just happy, smiling, looking at them. I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. And I definitely feel like it showed also Luffy's maturing a little bit, because sometimes Luffy does cry in those situations. But to see Luffy just smile, I feel like Luffy is looking at that reunion and probably thinking about Sabo and his reunion, and probably thinking about, of course, past things in his past when it comes to how he grew up, seeing his benefactor and Shanks. Because, yeah, Saul is Robin's benefactor, but Shanks is Luffy's benefactor, and we're in Elbaf, for goodness sake. So I thought it was fun. It was a fun, really good moment. Oh, and man, do I hate that guy Spawn dying. Not as much as I hate Spawndom, but I hate that guy Spawn dying because he was acting like a bitch ass dude. Man was shit talking Robin and building her life like she was like pretty much not building her life up to be like some sort of demon, ruining her life in my opinion, when he knows I kind of blew up that ship of innocent civilians, and he was shocked when I kind of did it. But he's trying to make it painted out to be Rico Robin. I really got pissed off about this. And it also just made me think about Akainu. Like, I can't wait to see Akainu's character again and how they're going to really do a deep dive on Akainu as a character when it comes to the final saga. So yeah, thought it was pretty cool seeing this in a different lens, seeing this different lens of Ohara flashback. We then, of course, see Nico Robin's dark past through a different lens, and Oda's highlights something that I think was monumental. Yep, that's right, suicide. It's something that people talk about day in and day out, and it's a real life thing. It's not no make-believe fairy tale thing. You usually don't see it in these type of series, but yeah, Oda highlights suicide in this chapter. Not the same way you highlighted Kaido trying to kill himself because he's so durable. No. Robin as a kid is trying to end her life because of the torment she's facing in this chapter, and we see her mom telling her to live, and we see Saul telling her to dead as she laugh. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, yo, it makes the I want to live parts of Luffy and his lobby hit that much harder. And this is why One Piece is the GOAT series, because even 1,000 chapters later, we still see moments becoming stronger and better and hitting different. And I gotta be completely honest here, guys. Luffy, what he did for Robin, now knowing that Robin wanted to kill herself, yeah, I gotta admit, yo, Oda, you're getting dark with this, but I love it. It's really good. It's very, very good. And I gotta admit, this is something that I have to do a whole entire video about, honestly. Not right now, but in the future. It's great. And I liked how we saw the West Village port on the sea clouds. Yep, like I said, we're getting Skypiea vibes here. I love it too. Heavy Skypiea vibes. We see this mist ship that's using island clouds to fly. Like, we got hovering ships. It definitely is reminding me of Doflamingo using clouds to get from Just Rose to the Punk Hazard. And we see Lilith or Vegapunk loving this, seeing the island clouds, the sea clouds, the rainbow, and of course the hovering of the ship. She's just thinking, wow, this technology is amazing. And I gotta keep it real. Elbaf's is very technological, but it's like a natural technological. It's not like everywhere it's like Egghead Island. It's like more natural. It's more cemented in they're just doing things right. And makes you think about Vegapunk's statement about how the voice century was more technologically advanced than the current state of the world. And I thought it was cool how Nami knew Robin would change her hair. Reminds me of when Frankie changes his hair as well, because pre-time skip. But Robin doing it, of course, so Saul can recognize her. And of course, Luffy and his fleet captain Hyruden reunion as well. Good vibes there. Of course, they're like pretty much happy that their boss is a Yonko now. And of course, he introduces his new giant pirates, the 4 of them. And then Rhodes like, no, it's actually 5, which is funny because he's being crucified. That character is funny. That's how you introduce a character, guys. Rhodes, to me, has the most personality out of all the new giant pirates, and it's funny. And then, of course, Luffy is still denying them, but they don't care. They seemingly just follow Luffy. It's like Mihawk said during Marineford, yo, Luffy just has a knack of having people follow him. It's a skill, for goodness sake. Luffy then tells Robin he has to say thanks to Saul for taking care of her before, of course, Robin joined his crew. And that's my quarterback. I mean, not a Terrell Owens reference, but that's my captain, yo. Honestly, I loved when Luffy was saying this. I wonder how Saul's history is connected to Mother Caramel. Who knows? Mother Caramel was funneling giants to the Marines, like Jack the Giant, that's a Vice Admiral. And knowing that Saul was a former Vice Admiral, it definitely could have been through Mother Caramel. All in all, I want to know, Saul talks about history, so I want to know what history learned through Saul. It's definitely a lot of cool stuff is going to be happening soon, guys. Honestly, a lot of cool stuff, and I can't wait to see what we get. And then, of course, we see that Warrior Spring and that Owl-led library. Saul teaches history lessons, and Usopp never knew warriors cared about that. And it looks like a beach. That's how huge the spring is, guys. And it's the actual sea. And of course, Luffy is, I found it funny when Luffy was rushing the reunion between Saul and Robin, and Nami checks him and says, yo, this is Robin's reunion, relax, as Robin's heart is pumping. Yeah, Luffy, this is where sometimes Luffy looks a little selfish, because he just wants to eat, he wants to toast, he wants to party, and he's like, yeah, Robin, get it over with. I thought it was funny. And the final thing I want to talk about, of course, is Saul needed life alert. Yes, he needed life alert. Help, help. And Luffy's reaction kills me. Like, we went all the way this way, and he's about to die. Like, Luffy was pissed, and Sanji and Chopper are concerned. Like, Sanji's like, yo, Robin's benefactor, and Chopper's like, yo, I can do some medicine to heal him, and Usopp's like, yeah, heal him. This is why the Straw Pirates are the funniest people, yo. Their crew just has so much personality and so many different character dynamics. I love it, honestly. And honestly, this is why this chapter to me was amazing, because even the little details, even the little knacks were really impressive, really amazing. And yeah, One Piece was on fire. One Piece chapter 1133 was to me a grade A chapter. I can't wait to see more content. And yeah, I think Oda is really doing it right with Elbaf, taking it slow, but definitely giving us all the feels as well.